When you bring in one new person, that doesn't mean it ends there, because they're going to go around and they're going to talk about their eyebrows, and they're going to talk about their eyeliner, then they're going to talk about their Procell treatments, then they're going to show the jewelry, and they're going to bring in all their friends. So one client can turn into multiple.
So today we're going to talk about the number one way you can completely transform your business, and that's adding additional services. So today I'm joined by Carole DeZarn. She's one of my original clients ever. So welcome to the podcast.
Hi, great to be here.
Yeah, so let's talk about additional services, because I know you're big into Procell. You've recently, started in the permanent jewelry. So what are your thoughts about, why should a salon owner or a permanent makeup artist have multiple services?
Multiple streams of income is always something that you want to do with your company. It's just if you're stuck in one thing, to me, I get bored.
Yeah.
So I always want to add something
Yeah.
to my menu, especially because I already have an established clientele. So they're going to go somewhere for these other services. I may as well offer them myself.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to sound too nerdy, but I like to look into like the lifetime value of a customer and the cost per acquisition, because if you're just offering brows, let's say you charge $500, the value of that client is only $500. Whereas if you can sell them permanent jewelry and Procell and all this stuff, now it became 1,000, 2,000, 3,000,
Yes.
and it's going to allow you to increase your cost per acquisition. So basically what that means is, instead of spending $100 on ads and be like, oh crap, that's cutting into my profits, you can spend $200 on ads and still be perfectly fine.
That's right. So when I started doing permanent makeup first, and that's where I found you. You increased my permanent makeup business so large, I had to find someone else to work for me. Then I added on Procell, and going from permanent makeup, where you're seeing people one or two times every couple of years, those same clients now with a Procell treatment, I'm seeing them every month for 4 months in a series, and then again in a year to 18 months. Then when you bring on something like permanent jewelry, that's addictive. So they come in for their first bracelet, they tell their friends, now they want to get a stack. So it's just increasing the retention of those clients. You don't want your clients going to someone else to get anti-aging. They're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You need to keep them at home. They're going somewhere to get permanent jewelry. Keep them at home. Even if you have to hire someone else, especially with the permanent jewelry, there's no licensing required. So if you have a college-aged child or your sister or someone like that, they can come in and help you with the pop-ups because you're so busy in the treatment room. I like the permanent jewelry because it's no stress and it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
And, it's, again, hand in hand in the beauty industry. So you've got the permanent makeup for permanent beauty, you've got Procell for anti-aging and scar revision, and then you've got the jewelry that they can look at themselves, and I call it forever jewelry. And then again, some people are calling it infinity jewelry because it's forever, and it's amazing. All three just linked in together.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, from an advertising perspective, like, not everyone's going to be interested in brows at first. Maybe not everyone's interested in anti-aging or jewelry, but if you have multiple services, you have multiple attention points where you can capture their attention. It's just like if you go fishing, having multiple lures is going to give you a wider variety of fish.
Right. If you advertise for Procell, they come in. Now you can upsell and tell them about your brows. You can tell them about your other permanent makeup services, your scar revision, and then you can talk to them about jewelry. Then people that are just interested in jewelry never thought in a million years that they would get eyeliner.
Yeah.
And so it's just bringing the same clientele in and then adding them to another service that you offer.
Yeah, because once the cost to acquire a new customer is much higher than a repeat customer. So once you get a person to pull out their credit card once, it's so easy to get them to be a repeat customer. And so just getting them in the door is the key to really scaling your business.
Yes. And then, the best part of your business is going to be referrals. So when you bring in one new person, that doesn't mean it ends there, because they're going to go around and they're going to talk about their eyebrows, and they're going to talk about their eyeliner. Then they're going to talk about their Procell treatments. Then they're going to show the jewelry, and they're going to bring in all their friends. So one client can turn into multiple. And that's why I always have a referral system.
Yep.
And what's really great about referral system, the jewelry is a low overhead. So if you say, okay, refer 2 people to me, you get a free bracelet. So it really, your cost is very low, but the
like $5.
retention, right, the retention of keeping that client and having them bring in all their friends is lifetime interest.
So when you first heard about permanent jewelry, you know, you were kind of skeptical, right? I mean, I was too. Like, I think everybody is about any new thing.
Yeah.
So what really sold you on permanent jewelry?
So I was in the jewelry business for 20 years, from the age of 19 to, oh my gosh, I'm telling my age. So I was in the jewelry business first, and then I spent all the money to get certified and licensed. And so when I first saw the permanent jewelry, I was like, oh, that's a little bit out of scale for our industry. And then when my Procell clients started doing it, I was a little skeptical. But then they started telling me, oh, I'm not the one actually doing the jewelry. I hired someone in to do it. And sometimes in between clients, because they're doing online booking,
Yeah.
they have an opening and it's 15 minutes. People click on it, they book a bracelet, they make $100 to $200 in 15 minutes. So it's like a filler. It could be a filler for all of your empty space on your calendar.
Yep, exactly. So if somebody wants to learn how to do either permanent jewelry or Procell, how can they learn more? What's the process?
Oh, they just contact me.
You seen that?
With Procell, when you buy our system, all your training, your certification, your online support, we're basically your VIP service. So we're going to be your personal shopper. If you want to get with the permanent jewelry, contact Jake, or now you can contact me because I'm now sold on this. I am a believer, and I'm a hard sell. And for me to put my name on something, it has to be good. So
Yeah.
I've put my name with Jake for since 2017, and now he's got me everywhere.
And we're actually in an event right now, and you've seen, we have a booth right next to us, and we've given away probably 50 permanent bracelets. And so you've got to see it firsthand, how quickly it can be done and how profitable it can be.
Yeah, so I got the kit, and I'm personally not going to be the one doing the jewelry. I'm actually getting one of my best friends and my college-age son. They're going to be doing the jewelry because I don't have the time. So, bringing it into family and sharing
And that's smart because, like, you're not going to want to work till you're 200 years old. You're going to want to eventually retire and
4 more years, hopefully.
And then, like, creating like multiple streams of income is going to help you create a more sellable business.
Yeah, it's your legacy.
Yeah.
It's your legacy.
And so, like, for those watching or listening right now, if you're only offering one service, you don't have any team members, definitely consider the things we've said because, you're kind of setting yourself up for a very limited income if you only offer one service and don't have any team members.
Yes. Yes. You have to, take your legacy and pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah.
It doesn't end with you. So
what are the different areas that Procell can really help?
So Procell, it works on anti-aging, which it's going to work on fine lines, deep lines, hyperpigmentation, skin elasticity, tone, and texture. Can also work on acne scars, surgical scars, stretch marks, skin tightening. And also hair regrowth. So it's a head to toe treatment. So you're actually retaining more clients because you have so many different areas that you can work with them. So when someone's finished with their face treatment, now they want to go to their stretch marks maybe.
Yeah.
And then when they're done with the stretch marks, they want to do some hair growth treatments. So it just retains your clients because it is such a multifaceted treatment.
So is it like the permanent jewelry training where you get sent a machine and it's like the training's online?
Yeah, so your device and then your package of your serums. Once you do that, then you're sent an email where we give you all of your pre-certification online class. Then you book your Zoom class with me, and then we book your model.
Okay.
And we're even going to send you training supplies so you don't have to use your package to do your trainings.
Awesome. So what are the profit margins on that?
I personally charge $400 for a face treatment, and I schedule them for an hour.
Okay.
And that includes their consent forms, their photographs. I use LED, so I use LED during numbing time if I choose to numb. The actual treatment itself, then a mask, and we're done.
So when you're numbing, is that kind of like downtime?
It is. So, one thing that's really great about the downtime in any of your treatment protocols, whether your client's numbing for eyebrows or numbing for Procell, you can sit there and do a bracelet for them instead of twiddling your thumbs,
Yep.
or, having the daily gossip of the day. I like to be productive. So, while they're laying there getting numb or sitting under the LED lamp, you can have them pre choose their bracelets and takes 5 minutes to put it on.
So, quick question for the audience: while your client is numbing, would you rather make $0 or would you rather make $100 to $200? Let me know below. I know that's an obvious
Oh,
question,
it's
but
true.
a lot of
It's
people don't think
true.
about it.
You have to utilize every minute of that hour. So I always tell the people that I'm training with Procell, if I have an hour, I break that down into 15-minute segments, and I want to make $100 per segment. If I'm doing, 15 to 30 minutes of numbing, that right there, that's $200 out of my
Yeah.
pocket. If I can fill up one of those 15-minute segments and put a bracelet in, then I am now profiting $500 for that hour.
So one of my favorite marketing topics that most people don't think about is building offers. And so when you have things like brows, Procell, jewelry, instead of just like, opposed to brows where you're just like, okay, I got to give a discount if I want to try to get more clients if I'm not booked up, like learn to build offers. So like, hey, come get your bracelet for 50% off, which the profit margin is so high,
Right.
even though normally you would charge $100 and it only costs you $5, you can charge $50 and still make a lot of money.
So for those of you that know me and have trained with me, I don't believe in discounting. I believe in offers.
Yeah.
So when you make something more attainable, discounts, everybody can give a discount. But when you make an offer, 50% off to me is not a discount. It's utilizing the time that you have with them, and then they're going to gain something else.
Yeah, and to take it a step further, you can even do bundles. So like you
Yeah.
can charge more. So like you can get, 3 Procell treatments, a bracelet, and your brows done, and it's called the beauty package for $997, normally $2,000.
That's right. Yep, you can do that. I
So,
do, we can do memberships too.
oh yeah.
And the bracelet thing is, like I said earlier, it is addictive.
Mm-hmm.
I started with one and I ended up with three.
Yep.
Within 3 hours, I was up to 3 bracelets. I don't know how many I'm going to end up by the time I leave this
Yeah.
conference, but Jake's got 4.
I got one on here
A
now,
lot
so
of the
5.
right, so a lot of the ladies that were coming here were getting their free bracelet for being at the conference, and then they're coming back and saying, "Here's my credit card. I need 2 more."
Yep.
So that's just how it happens.
Mhm.
A lot of the people were saying, mom and daughters will come in for matching, and then the daughters are bringing their friends in to get a second and a third.
Yep.
So every time they come in, it's minimum $65 to $100 a person,
Yep.
and it's just fun. It's social, and
Mhm.
right now everybody wants to socialize.
So you've been in business, 30 years?
Yeah.
So if you could go back 30 years in time, like what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself, spend more time in the treatment room, less time trying to bring business in. I spent so much time in the beginning trying to market myself
Mm-hmm.
and trying to learn how to market. If I was to add up the amount of hours I spent trying to teach myself to market, I could have hired you 10 times over. So I should have spent my time doing what I was experienced to do, licensed to do, and certified to do, instead of trying to find something else to be able to get business in the door. So that when I found you, I was able to take myself away from trying to figure that out, hand it over to you.
Mm-hmm.
And my first month with Jake, I spent $500, and this was way back in his beginning. So $500. I think I spent $1,000 on ad,
Yeah.
and I brought in 27 new clients just that month. So the time away from not having to do what you did
Yeah.
kept me in the treatment room.
Yeah, and that's just valuing your own time. Like
Yeah.
me, like yes, I can mow my own yard. Yeah, yes, I can do my own taxes. But at the end of the day, like me trying to do all that stuff myself is just taking away from the time where I can, instead of doing what I'm good at, what makes me money.
Right. If I schedule myself to make $400 an hour, and I'm spending an hour watching YouTube and taking classes to learn how to do something that's going to be a month before I get to do it, I've just wasted so much time. And to me, time is money.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. So for those who are on the fence about, Procell, permanent jewelry, or just because I hear this from a lot of artists, like, well, I just want to take 25 more certifications and really perfect my craft, even though I don't have any clients. What would you tell them?
Stop collecting certificates. Do what you do best. Choose your services that make you the most money in the least amount of time,
Yeah.
and concentrate on that.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
You're
joining me on the
welcome.
podcast. It was an honor. You know, we've been working together for 5 years
I
and
know, I
or longer
know.
than that
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah, it was so awesome. If you enjoyed this, click that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks, guys.